Great.
Okay.
Great. So, what are you going to prepare for us today?
Yeah, so I'll do the porridge that I make every morning. And it's a mixture of all different kinds of things. First of all, we need the porridge. Forgot about that.
So this is what we mixed the other day, which has something like 12 or 14 different types of...
No, 7 or 8. And I take 2 handfuls of that. And to that I add all these nuts. This month I'm using pistachio, pine kernels, cashews. Oh, they're finished. I have to buy more. Almonds, and seeds. I've got seeds. I already have linseed and sesame seed in the mixture, but to that I add sunflower seeds.
Wow, that's a lot of nuts and seeds.
Right. Like I say, this keeps me going all day. 24 hours if I need, because I don't ever have I never feel hungry these days. So that sometimes I can't make food or can't be bothered to eat it anymore. It just sticks in my craw. These are goji berries, dried, and they will swell up when I leave them overnight. And here I've got some prunes and some apricots, 4 and 3. And those I always cut up before I put them in, because as they swell up, they get quite big. You've got to be careful to cut them as well, because they hang together, and nothing like a piping hot fruit on your lip to make you feel a bit bad. So one more apricot, and then this. There we are. So all those I dump in there, and a large teaspoon of salt.
And what kind of salt is it that you
Oh,
use?
that's sea salt that I collected myself in La Graciosa. You know, in the salt pans of a volcanic island. Got a big bag of it here that I brought back with me.
Great.
And then on top of that, I've got honey.
Yeah.
Big dollop of honey. And then I add water.
Wow, that's amazing.
Give it a swirl round. And then I leave that overnight. And in the morning it'll be all swollen up. And it's easier to digest having done that. Right? And that's what I do. It's not, I find that if I eat it raw, cook it from raw, then it sits in your stomach like a lump. And it's more difficult to digest.
Yeah.
So that's it.
Great. Well, that's fantastic. So now we have to wait till tomorrow morning.
I have to wait till tomorrow morning. As you see, it's quite light because it's the white nights here in Stockholm. And so this is how light it is at 10 o'clock. And here's one I made earlier. Put on a low heat. So I add a large dollop of cream. And a large knob of butter. I prefer using unsalted butter myself, because I have the idea that unsalted butter, that the salt acts as a preservative and therefore it must be fresher. But that's just a little quirky thing that I think I have. Here's my spoon. It's a flat bladed spoon. So it means you can get into all the corners of it when it starts to stick.
Mm-hmm.
And I do that. And then I put a little cold water in there. I'm in the middle of the washing up now. Just a little. There we are. Give it a good stir around. Keep stirring as it comes to the boil. It starts to bubble. And you see, it's not warm yet because the butter hasn't melted. But it starts to bubble the butter. I've lived on this for 2 years, you know. 2 years. Every morning. You want to keep cooking it until you get to the Yellowstone effect, the bubbling lava, or Iceland, all those places that you've seen on TV. You see it starts to bubble, lovely, jubbly bubbly. Now it's ready.
Okay, so bring it over.
Tell me when you're ready.
I'm ready.
You ready?
Yep, I'm ready.
Right, it's ready to serve. I know you don't like so much, but I like quite a lot. That's where that flat spoon comes in very handy.
Beautiful. Look at that. That looks fantastic.
Oh, good.
So what do you put on it then?
Well, I have on it rose hip powder, powdered rose hips. And I have a little scoop here.
Uh-huh.
It's about a teaspoon, I guess. Spread that on there.
And is it got a taste to it? Is it flavour or?
It tastes of rose hips, yeah.
And what's that? What's that?
Oh, this is apple puree.
Ah.
It comes from an ecological source. And I always have 4 big dollops. But today I'll make 5. Which means there isn't very much left for you.
None for me, thank you.
Too late. But you get the rose hips.
Lovely.
But they're really good. I've been using them for several years now. And I can't say why, but I don't have pains in my joints from using them.
And that's the rose hip.
That's the rose hips, yeah.
Great.
And I don't put them in, I just keep them cold. They're not affected by the heat, because I'm not sure if that would affect me.
Well, that looks fantastic.
Oh, we need some milk. Because we are lactose and we are not lactose free here.
You're lactose tolerant.
They tell me that. Right. There we are.
Lovely. Well, bon appétit, Dad.
Merci, monsieur.
Madame, oh.
Merci, madame.
But I'm going to go and take a spoonful then. We'll film that and then we'll stop.
You should never film people who are eating.
Oh, really? Okay, well, I'll
Nobody
black it
eats.
out.
Right, okay.
I'll put a pixelated effect on it.
You're not allowed to quit. Not allowed to take a photo of the Queen when she's putting food into her mouth.
Well,
It's true.
I'll stop
Convention.
filming in that case. I'm going to start on mine.